You might have heard about a book called Atomic Habits, where the author describes 1% improvement every single day over a period of time that results in a very exponential increase in results as a result of the concept of compounding. Here are 3 ways that I use this concept in my own life as a fresh graduate engineer who knew nothing about programming to actually building systems in the real world and providing tangible value. Habit number 1, just to talk technology. Just start speaking about tech. Read some article, read some books, read some blogs. It doesn't really have to be technical in general, because generally you're just getting to the idea, just getting started, you're just building up your curiosity about different technologies, how they're being used, what are the different problems in the technical sector, how are they being solved. Just by getting your hands dirty into just reading about it, it's a very casual, light reading. And even if you don't understand something, that's fine, because there's a concept of diffuse mode learning where you're like building these connections in your brain, which then can connect to different things when you're actively studying and trying to focus. So you're like laying the foundation of all the things that you want to learn, and it gives you a grounding point when you actually want to learn something or try to understand something. One of the things that my manager told me is that when working on a problem, you need to know which threads to pull. Imagine there are like thousands of threads and one of the threads have the solution. So you need to figure out which of the thread that you need to pull, because obviously there's so many ways of solving a solution or breaking down a problem, coming up with a solution with many different variations in implementation. So you can't be possibly spending all of the time into different things, but a good engineer would know exactly which thread to pull, which implementation to focus their attention on, and get that done. Just by reading about technology, reading books, articles, blogs, watching videos, even presentations, the more technique you can get, the better it is, because that's what the lingo is, and the more advanced stuff you'll be able to do. But even if it's just the lightest stuff, and even if you don't understand it, it will still build a foundation and it'll allow your mind to actually start thinking about and linking different ideas together, even though they may be unrelated. Over time, this lays the foundation for when you're actually starting to learn an actual language or technology. It actually helps you ground these different technologies in real world problems, and you would start to understand like, oh, hey, somehow I remember something, it makes sense that this thing is being used in this way. That's why that solution is not going to work here, because this is the variations of that. So all of this stuff, which makes a really good engineer, comes with the habit of just talking tech. Moreover, in your company, if there's someone who you aspire to, or if there's someone who knows about technology much more than you, observe how they speak in meetings, or even if they just online, how they talk about tech. Observe how they speak. Observe what are they talking about, what is the problem, and try to articulate it to someone else what their problem was. Because when you try to describe it yourself, you just mimic what the pros are doing and learn all their techniques as well as come up with your own. You can never copy someone exactly 100%, so don't worry about that. The main thing over here is that you want to start talking tech the way the senior devs, because they know what they're talking about, and that is the goal. Habit number 2, making friends who talk tech. Obviously, related to the first thing, having friends around that can actually speak to, who can talk about technology, who can talk about different things. It's a huge advantage, and it's a very low minimal effort sort of a thing, because when you're talking to someone, you're having fun, it can be a very casual conversation, and it just builds up this rapport and also starts to gain a little bit more confidence. Like, hey, I'm not alone in this. Like, whatever I'm thinking, whatever I'm working on, these are different things that other people have also thought about, other people are also thinking about. And these technologies are so massive, like there's no way you'll be able to learn them completely. Ask any senior engineer, even any principal engineer, any staff engineer, no one will ever claim they know something completely A to Z, like completely from scratch. There will be very specific things that they will be very extremely good at, but they will never claim that, oh, they know everything about everything and they can solve absolutely all the problems there are. If anybody comes and tells you, like especially in technology, that they're the master, they can solve every single thing, every single time in just 2 seconds, yeah, that's just a myth. That's not going to happen, because it's just so massive. By talking tech and making friends who are actually there, who you can speak to, you're actually surrounding yourself with people and giving yourself more opportunities to talk technology, and it's just way more fun. If you don't have friends that are as technical as you, look towards your colleagues, and if your colleagues are bad, then go start look at some events, go to some meetups, go to some online community, or even go on Reddit and just start reading those and try to create a community around, or just be friends with people who actually know what they're talking about and who are interested in the same things that you are in relation to technology. One last tip that I would say, by talking to different people, you'll also realize that many of the developers would have their own side projects, and whatever you're interested in, intriguing thing, like really builds up your curiosity, like how are other developers using this tech, because everybody has their own hacky way and hacky solution. And sometimes those hacky solutions are exactly what you need to actually understand the problem and to come up with a better solution. So make friends who talk tech to give you more opportunities to talk tech. Number 3, get involved in projects that push you. Obviously, the best thing is that you pick a project that is outside your comfort zone, that requires you a lot of effort, and then you build up towards it, you build your skills, and the target and those project really targets the skill that you actually wanted to improve at, and that is the best thing. But you can't be doing that every single day, 24/7, 365 days a year. No developer will always be working at 100% max capacity. They will eventually burn out. So the easiest thing for me was just to start working on things at work. I was fortunate enough where from within a project, I was able to choose which part of the system that I actually wanted to work at. And I always try to pick something that is just above my comfort zone, something that is not too difficult, but it's not too easy as well, that I already know I can do it in my sleep. Just something that is right above my comfort zone. And the thing is that every time you complete those small things, it's a win because it boosts your confidence. Second thing, you learn a new thing. And third thing, over time, that really builds up your experience. You may not realize these small wins add up really quickly. This is a sure way to improve your skill set in a very efficient and easy way possible. You're getting the work done, you're getting the money paid, and you have the satisfaction of improving yourself. It's just amazing. So using these 3 techniques, I was able to go from a complete graduate software engineer who knew nothing about programming or building their systems in the real world to actually working in a startup. And I've been working there for 4 years now, and hopefully I'm doing a good job because they haven't fired me yet. But using these 3 small low effort habits, I was able to increase my technical knowledge, speak to senior management, speak in a very articulate way, and also come up with solutions to problems that I didn't even know I could solve. And it all just relates to having these low effort habits that were just so easy to implement. And over time, with the constant idea of that 1% improvement every single day, these ideas help me to compound my skills and interests and everything all together into something which makes me quite fulfilling and happy. So yeah, let me know if that works for you, or let me know what other small habits that you do in your life, or what worked for you. I will be quite interested to read about that. Until next time.